seated. Welcome, family, friends, and loved ones. Gather here today to witness and celebrate the wedding of James and Caroline. We have come here to share in the formal commitment they are making to one another, to offer our love and support to this union, and to allow Jay and Caroline to start their married life together, surrounded by the people dearest and most important to them. Marriage is two lives coming together as one. It's not about losing oneself, but creating a life that brings out the best in one another. It's choosing each other, not because you have to, but because you want to. It's cultivating an atmosphere that allows both of you to grow on your own and together. It's shielding and protecting one another. It's fostering each other's hopes and dreams. When hard times arise, you will stand together and remind each other that together you can get through anything. You will disagree, you will argue, you will fight, but you will never stop fighting for each other. Together, you will dream, you will inspire, and you will support one another. Together, you will go on new adventures, you will laugh, you will trust, and you will cherish. You are building a life together. And together is the word that should resonate here. For when speaking with each of you about your visions for the future, the bottom line you each laid out was together. Whether traveling the world, enjoying the comforts of home, living in Pittsburgh, or settling in somewhere new, you will do it together. Caroline and Jay first began a friendship in Slippery Rock University, where they both attended college freshman year. Their beautiful romance was first built upon time spent as friends, enjoying college life, playing cards, and spending time with the friends who would later become like family. They reconnected after college and found that those years of friendship had built the foundation for the incredible bond that we have the pleasure of celebrating today. Now, I would like to ask Mary Ann, mother of the bride, to come up and do a reading.
This is from Ephesians chapter 4, verses 2 through 6. Always be humble and gentle. Be patient with each other, making allowance for each other's faults because of your love. Make every effort to keep yourselves united in the Spirit, binding yourselves together with peace. For there is one body and one Spirit, just as you have been called to one glorious hope for the future. There is one Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is over all, in all, and living through all. Love you both.
Thank you, Mary Ann. As we reflect on these words shared, let us bow our heads together in a moment of prayer and offer our sincerest wishes for Caroline and Jay. Heavenly Father, we thank you for bringing us together on this joyous occasion. We ask for your blessings on Jay and Caroline as they begin their journey together as husband and wife. Fill their hearts with love, patience, and understanding. May they always seek your guidance and support in their marriage. Amen. As we have shared in words that celebrate love and commitment, we have offered prayers for Jay and Caroline. We now arrive at the heart of the ceremony, the exchange of vows. Jay and Caroline, you are about to make vows and promises to one another. Today, these vows are beautiful words representing even more beautiful intentions. As you live these vows over the years, the meaning of these words will deepen. Always try to remember the blessings and love of this day and the reasons you chose one another to create this union that will last your lifetime. Jay, do you take Caroline to be your lawfully wedded wife, to honor and love her from this day forward, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and find new ways to love her every day as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Caroline, do you take Jay to be your lawfully wedded husband, to honor and love him from this day forward, for richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, and find new ways to love him every day as long as you both shall live?
I do.
Now, it is time to symbolize their commitment with the exchange of rings. May we please have the rings? Jay and Caroline, the rings you are about to exchange are a symbol of the vows just taken and the love you both share. These rings mark a commitment to a long journey together, filled with wonder, surprise, laughter, tears, celebration, and joy. May these rings glow in the reflection of the warmth and the love that flows through both of you today. Jay, please place the ring on Caroline's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways
and
forever.
in all ways forever.
Caroline, please place the ring on Jay's finger and repeat after me. I give you this ring
I give you this ring
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
as a reminder that I will love, honor, and cherish you
in all times,
in all times,
in all places,
in all places,
and in all ways
and
forever.
in all ways forever.
May your marriage bring you all the exquisite excitements a marriage should bring. May you need one another, but not out of weakness. May you want one another, but not out of lack. May you look for things to praise in each other, often say I love you, and take no notice of small faults. May you always have happiness and love, and may you find it in one another. Jay and Caroline, in the presence of God and these witnesses, it is my privilege, by the authorities vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I now pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride. Now, for the very first time, I would like to introduce you to Mr. and Mrs. Rush.
Well, good evening, everyone, and I have to admit, I've never seen such a stunning bridal crowd, and I thought the guys looked good too. Can we give them all a round of applause? Secondly, Mary Ann and I, we'd like to thank you all for coming this evening. All of our family and friends that have traveled all the way from Wisconsin. We have some people from Florida. And we have people all the way from New York as well, and a lot of states in between, as well as right here in Pennsylvania. But thank you all for coming to spend this special day with Caroline and Jay. Being the father of the bride, I have to tell you that Caroline had a few nicknames when she was growing up. We called her Peanut, Peanut Butter, Sweet Pea, and Auth. AWTH, an accident waiting to happen. Caroline, as you might know, or some of you might know, she's got a knack for getting hurt. Sometimes it's in pretty usual ways, not paying attention and walking into things, coffee tables, trailer hitches, maybe even a glass door or two, I think. I can remember her playing soccer in high school. She got dropped by a throw-in from a girl 4 feet away. You guessed it, out of the game with a concussion. We go to the beach every year, and it's guaranteed out of the thousands of people on the beach, she'll get stung by the jellyfish. And Jay, you might remember this one. Jay and his brother, they were having a little party at their house. Before Caroline even gets up the back steps, she somehow manages to fall off of them, falls into the neighbor's railing, and breaks her ribs. Fun party that was, I bet, huh? However, one of my most memorable accidents of Caroline, it happened while we were backpacking up in New Hampshire. It was a wet, rainy day. We had summited Mount Washington, and we were on our way back down when Caroline somehow slips and falls hard on a rock and slides about 10 to 15 feet down the mountain. I thought, I'm going to go get the rescue team. No, to my amazing eyes, she pops back up, and we continued our descent down the mountain. We get back home a few days later. Caroline's telling Marianne about our adventure, and all of a sudden I'm out in the garage putting our gear away, and she comes bursting through the garage door, pulls down the waistband of her shorts, and shows me a bruise that goes from the small of her back down her butt cheeks, and she says, "No tears on the mountain, Dad." Well, Jay, I can't tell you that there'll never be tears, and I can't tell you that you're always going to have a fully stocked first aid kit on hand. I can know that. But I know that you'll always be there for her when she falls. Over the last few years, I've gotten to know Jay and Caroline, and I can honestly say that I have never seen a more patient and understanding man. Jay, you are the most caring, sincere, warm-hearted, respectful, and pretty smart, too. Mary and I are so grateful that you came into Caroline's life, and we know that you'll always be there for her. Bob and Sherry Rush, we have to thank you for raising such a kind-hearted, caring, and loving son. But I couldn't leave without giving you a couple nuggets of marriage wisdom that I've learned over the years. What a spouse says is not always what a spouse means. Communication. It's fine. It doesn't mean it's fine. When they're venting, don't try to solve it. Just be patient and listen. And when a spouse says, "What?" It's not that they didn't hear you. It's just that they're giving you a chance to change your mind. The second one is compromise. When our cat died, Marianne wanted to rush right out and get another cat. I, on the other hand, being a pretty good man of reason, I said, "No, we should wait a while." Well, we compromised and we got a cat immediately. But lastly, love first. Understand that marriage is a journey. It's filled with highs and it's filled with lows. Always remember that your love and commitment for each other is stronger than any stumbling blocks along the way. And for my wife, Marianne, thank you for always being there for our daughter, for being a stay-at-home mom, and raising Caroline for the woman that she is today, for being my partner on our marriage's journey. You are the love of my life. And I hope that Caroline and Jay will enjoy life together as much as we have.
All right, good evening, everyone. My name is Cheyenne. And my name is Michaela. And we are honored to stand here today as Caroline's bridesmaids and lifelong friends. We've had the joy of knowing Caroline since elementary school, and throughout our friendship, she has been a constant support and source of laughter, kindness, and endless support. We're thrilled to stand by her side and celebrate the love between Caroline and Jay.
Because we've known one another since elementary school, it feels like we can't remember a time when we weren't in each other's lives. While we all met at different times, the first time the three of us hung out, something just clicked. 3 can often be an odd number. Someone always feels left out, but we've defied the odds and have found that to be untrue. Caroline is a big reason for that. Caroline is the most thoughtful person we know. She is the first person to check in, always offering advice or help, and a good shoulder to lean on. Caroline has this wonderful way of making us laugh, even on our toughest days, and we often find ourselves in fits of laughter over the smallest things.
Something we appreciate most about Caroline is her honesty. She will give you the truth, but while always having your best interest at heart. These traits have helped our friendship stay strong. Shy and I would like to consider ourselves the modern-day Golden Girls. There's the strong-willed Dorothy, there's the spacey Rose, and the lusty Southern Belle Blanche, and we'll let you decide who's who.
From the big milestones like graduation, marriage, and babies, to the small moments like birthdays, turkey crawl, and Walmart trips, we've been there for one another in each stage of life. And here we are on one of those big milestones, your wedding day, getting to watch you marry your husband, Jay. Jay is the kind of guy you want your best friend to marry. He's supportive of Caroline, he's protective, and even puts up with our laughs and antics.
So we first met Jay around 12 years ago at Slippery Rock on the floor of a dorm room closet. Do you remember that? We don't remember much about that night or that weekend either. But we can say that even though at the time they were just friends, we knew something special was there. Years went by and Jay's name remained a constant. When they decided to make it official, and Jay, you were out of the friend zone, a new side of Caroline came out that we had not seen before. Jay brought out a soft side of her where she felt completely safe to be herself. They balance one another, and they're always able to give and take.
Jay, we are so happy that you choose to spend your life with our best friend. I hope you have as much fun growing old together as we have growing up.
So everyone, please raise your glass to Caroline and Jay.
Go ahead.
May your love be modern enough to evolve with the times and old-fashioned enough to last forever.
Cheers.
So first off, I wanted to congratulate both sets of parents for raising two really great people in Jay and Caroline. So Marianne and Dawn, Mom, Dad, you did a great job raising two really good people. So cheers to you. We met Marianne and Dawn about a month ago, and I knew right away, the type of family that Caroline was coming from. They felt like family from the second we met. So look forward to spend more milestones with Jay, Caroline, and your guys' family. Mom and Dad, all three of us boys are now finally married. Technically, we are no longer your problems. But I think and you've experienced this already, some things are just never going to change. For those that don't already know us, I'm RJ. I'm Jay's oldest brother.
And I am Scott, Jay's other older brother.
As Jay's older brothers, we've had the privilege and honor to be someone Jay could look up to as we grew up. But more importantly for Jay, we laid the groundwork, lowered our parents' standards, and made it easy for Jay to live an easy, happy life. But seriously, one thing I've always admired about Jay is his ability to problem solve. Those that don't know, Jay went to Pitt. Well, he went to Slippery Rock first. Then he went to Pitt, and he became an architect. But even when he's not working, Jay is able to solve the most crazy problems in everyday life. There's never a moment that I can't call him to help solve one of my problems. So I look forward to continue to call Jay when I do have issues. But growing up, there was never a day we weren't playing baseball in our backyard or in our basements. With Jay being a few years younger than both me and Scott and being a little bit smaller and not as strong as he is today, I think that's Jay really where he developed his problem-solving skills. I call him Big Jim today, as many of you do, but he wasn't always big and able to handle me and Scott being older than us. But Jay always did find a way to hold his own, so I think that's where he did develop his problem-solving skills.
As everyone here knows, Jay is a great friend. Yes, while we are brothers and we were born into this relationship, we are still best of friends. I was fortunate enough to be able to live with Jay in the South Side and then be his neighbor in Elliott while he was at Pitt and shortly after he graduated. From weekends at Tad's, late nights at Permane Brothers, and a few hazy St. Patrick's days, these were some of the best and most memorable times of my life, and I'm glad that Jay was a part of them. It was also during this time period that I was able to better get to know Caroline. Caroline, you bring out the best in Jay, and he's always happiest when he's with you.
So with that being said, let's raise our glasses. Here's to Jay and Caroline. Here's a lifetime of love, and we can't wait to see what the future holds for you guys. Cheers.